Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, it's the unknown video, and drumroll, it's gonna be my Star Wars Episode 8. It's gonna be the sequel to my Star Wars Episode 7 rewrite, and where I would have went from my seventh installment into this series, so let's get right into it. So this one's going to be called Star Wars Episode 8, Revenge of the Empire. Alright, and the movie begins with Luke visiting an unknown old friend. The man is tall, blind, with no left hand. He is visibly angry when sensing Luke. He begins laughing after he is bested in a friendly fight between the two, and asks Luke what he needs. Luke asks for him to use his powers to view one Kylo Ren. This enters the man into visions when he touches Luke's head, or when he touches a piece of Kylo Ren's clothing. He enters a vision where he starts by seeing Anakin, Leia Tuscans, then him killing Mace Windu, where a tear falls down the man's face when he sees that. Then a vision of Vader fighting Luke in Cloud City. Then on the Death Star at the end, the final scene. Then finally he sees Han and Leia kissing as younger lovers. Then to Luke fighting Crate in the temple as during the temple raid, if you remember that from my first video. And then finally ends on a heavy breathing Kylo Ren, who turns to the man, almost looking at him. He then begins to get choked by Kylo Ren and thrown around. Luke steps in to save him. Then the point of view shifts when the vision ends to Kylo Ren, who tells General Hux to prepare his ship, and Hux says, right now does not seem like an appropriate time, Kylo. Ren continues walking, ignoring him, and he gets on his ship. Then the point of view shifts to Rey, Finn, and Chewie, who are returning to Coruscant. That's the Jedi capital, or the New Republic capital. And Finn makes a remark on Han missing out on all the fun, where Rey replies it's good for him to finally get some rest. While Rey is practicing with the lightsaber and training with the droid that you see in A New Hope. Then Han and Leia appear after zooming out on the Falcon, and they are talking about the past and looking at each other. As their theme plays, Han then leaves Leia. She has to go to a meeting. Then we see Kylo Ren. He's on his ship staring at a mask of Darth Vader. He says he will complete his mission. He stands up and holds it as he turns to leave. You can see a whole area of Sith artifacts, including Count Dooku's lightsaber, Vader's helmet, a Sith holocron, and Darth Revan's mask. Luke, after helping the man, his name is Tak Windu. Luke leaves, and he leaves a young man named Harun Kal, and heads to the temple. After he arrives, he speaks with Karunk about a disturbance in the Force. We then see Rey and Finn talking and sharing some chemistry as Finn talks about him missing his dad. Then going back to Harun Kal, a ship arrives and Ren steps out and heads for the man who yells, Your kind may have taken my eyes, but not my vision. Then they duel to the death. When we zoom out to a young black man running on the wall towards Kylo, he pulls out his lightsaber, and when it lights up, a purple blade, and they duel. Mid-battle, Kylo says, "The Force is strong with your family, but it's stronger in mine." The man, he gets a few hits on Kylo before Kylo tosses him to the side. Kylo walks away, sparing his life, but out of anger and foolishness, Harun attacks Ren, and Ren ignites his lightsaber through his chest, killing him. Kylo heads back to his ship, where General Hux and Commander Melrin Shirak prepare to jump to light speed. As Luke arrives at Coruscant without answers about Kylo Ren, he's upset, and he calls to meet Rey, and then runs into Han. Luke runs into Han, and they stand on a balcony to talk. They talk about various things, nothing super important. In the sky, the view of 5 Star Destroyers emerge, and Han says, "I have a bad feeling about this." Han goes for Leia and Luke. And Luke says he's going to go to the temple. Rey and Finn see this in the hangar where they parked the Falcon. Rey says she must go find Luke, and Finn is going to go get Han and Leia. This is where we meet Poe. He leads a squadron to meet the TIE fighters and the attacking force in the air, where we see an epic close third-person shot showing him flipping with taking out 3 TIE fighters. Sort of like in Force Awakens, he does that at Maz Castle. Luke then jumps off the balcony and lands on a car like Anakin did in Episode 2, and they head to the temple. At the temple, 2 red guards arrive and say, "It's good to be back." And the others just look at Karonk, and he says, "Where are the others?" One of the red guards say, "Where are the others?" to him. Kronk answers with, "Long gone," and ignites his lightsaber along with the other members of the Jedi Council. One red guard ignites a lightsaber while the other opens a staff with a sword tip. They begin to fight just as we go back to Poe fighting the fighters in the sky. He gets shot down and lands in a central location of the planet close to the capital. And then we zoom out to show Finn looking at Captain Phasma leading an assault on the capital in a firefight with the Republic Army. He sees the crash and goes to help. Rey finally reaches the temple with Luke, who jumps and lands in front of the guards, as he sees the council's dead bodies on the ground. The guards say, "It's been a while," and the other says, "We're beyond you now." Luke then says, "We'll see," and they start fighting. Finn sees Poe's crashed plane and decides to go rescue him out of it. They introduce each other and they head to the capital to fight, but realize they must escape to fight another day. Rey grabs a lightsaber to help out Luke, but is easily tossed aside by them. Luke escapes on another car thing, but against the others' wishes, the red guards follow him in a high-speed chase through the war-torn capital. Han and Leia are captured, and Finn, Poe, Chewie, and Rey escape on the Falcon. After Luke's car is crashed, he's captured, and the capital of the Republic falls. Next we head to a superior-sized Star Destroyer. Luke, Leia, and Han are captured. Standing in front of them is Kylo Ren. Luke screams at him, "Who are you?" He replies, "I am the long-forgotten, the end of your false hope." After some banter and conversation, he removes his mask to reveal he is Ben Solo. Panic and sadness falls over the 3. As this is going on, the Falcon and two A-Wings hurl towards the Star Destroyer. They reach the hangar bay and are there to save Luke, Leia, and Han. They start shooting at the troopers and fight breaks out, and Rey grabs a lightsaber. Kylo reveals what he has gone through after being captured by Darth Krayt, and he explains to them how he found out Anakin's turn to the darkness and the power that he gained from it. How he was the only one that knew what had to be done. As he explains the darkness, Luke tries to reason with him, but he is cut off. In the distance, he's cut off by a familiar laughter in the distance. And then around the corner it reveals Emperor Palpatine. He stands in front of them with an evil smile, looking to Luke as almost saying, "You failed." It is then explained that the only way to destroy him is with the Dagger of Mortis, because he is the embodiment of the dark side. As this happens, Ben Solo stands there, but he is immediately flung out of his body, where he sees Anakin Skywalker standing in front of him. He explains the dark side and his fall and the weakness of the dark side to young Ben. He reveals that Ben Solo is the only one that can stop the Emperor, because he's from the lineage of Chosen One. Ben calls him weak, and they duel slightly, but Anakin embarrasses the young Skywalker, and says that your rage is your weakness. The conversation ends by Anakin saying, "You're my only hope." Ben returns to the real world, where Emperor Palpatine tells him to kill Luke, and he holds both lightsabers over his head, similar to Anakin and Dooku, and the Emperor says, "Do it." He doesn't do it. The Emperor has the guards kill Han and Leia, and Luke grabs the other lightsaber, and they fight the Emperor and the two guards together. Luke gets handled by the Emperor while Ben Solo struggles with the guards. And Luke is finally killed by Palpatine, and Ben grabs both lightsabers and goes to the fight. Rey, Finn, and Poe try to fight through the ship, losing two of the soldiers but still holding strong. They grow tired during the battle, but finally reach the throne room, where they see Ben fighting the two guards. In the fight, the bridge from the rest of the ship to the throne has been destroyed. He uses both of the lightsabers to hold off the guards. Block after block, they match hits and they fight for survival. He splits the guards and decapitates one, and pierces through the body of the other one with Luke's lightsaber. He charges the Emperor and is thrown away. He pulls a lightsaber and slices Ben. He is thrown into the empty hole where the bridge used to be. However, Rey uses everything in her to pull him up and onto their side. She shuts the door to see a full squad of First Order soldiers standing there. Finn is angry at Ben, but they have no time to argue. They work together to get back to the Falcon and fly away. The film ends with Ben laying on a surgery bench. Rey and Finn hug and look concerned. Chewie mourns the death of Luke, Leia, and Han. And the Republic is seized by the First Order, and our heroes must find a way to restore balance and bring order back to the galaxy. I hope you enjoyed my take on Episode 8 based on my Star Wars Episode 7 rewrite. It's a bit long, but my latest videos have been extremely short, so I hope that makes up for it. Sorry for the lack of pictures, but I hope you enjoyed. and sorry this video came out late, but I was busy all week and this took a while to make. Also, please like, share, and subscribe, and check out Star Wars Defined playlist if you're waiting to watch the new movie. Enjoy the new movie, and see you soon.